All right, so you want to be more professional for whatever it may be. Maybe it's an internship, a new job. You're just trying to up your professionalism overall. Well, my friend, I'm here for you guys today. I've had the pleasure of working with some amazing people in the business industry and other industries as well through either brand collaborations or online internships or being in programs at my school that are more prestigious and doing things where you have to act at a higher age. And so I've always personally felt like I'm 25, 26, even though I'm only 20. And I think a lot of that comes to my ability to act professional in the circumstances and situations where that is needed. I hope to help you guys out with this. I haven't seen a video like this really in my time on YouTube, so hopefully this is something that's different and you enjoy it. So let's get started. All right, so let's talk about talking on the phone. I know for our generation, for some reason, we get really nervous about talking to people over the phone, like texting, DMs, we're good, but making an appointment or a reservation or a phone interview or just calling your aunt can sometimes be intimidating. So here are my tips for talking on the phone. If it's a professional phone call, you want to be in a spot where it is more quiet for like an interview or a meeting, something like that. And so try to make sure you're not out and about, even if that means you have to go to your car or the bathroom. Sometimes that works if no one else is in there. If you're calling someone and you want to make sure it's the right number and they just gave you their phone number for the meeting, ask, "Hi, is this Maria? This is Hannah calling for such and such." So always say who you are and ask. You can also ask the person if this is who you're wanting to call. That just sounds professional right off the bat. Secondly, you want to either do what's most comfortable for you, whether that's sitting or standing. For me, standing and walking around is the most comfortable. And so sometimes if I don't want there to be like a lot of shaking, I'll put in headphones. And so if you have AirPods or just headphones, you can put those in to take your phone call. So you don't have to worry about keeping your phone to your ear. I'll even put my phone on speaker sometimes and talk into it like this instead of just having it up here, because my hair and earrings can get stuck in that and make weird noises, and we don't want that. My next tip is to write out just on a sticky note somewhere that you can, or a piece of paper, you can easily see a list of bullet points for what you want to talk about on the call. This is great, especially if it's an interview over the phone. Golden, because you can like have all your main answers written out. You obviously don't want to sound like you're reading something, but if you practice speaking it like how you would normally talk and not reading the bullet points, then it's awesome. It's also great if you're in a meeting or something and you just want to go over a lot of different points. It can be easy to forget, so have a little list written that you can reference. So if there's a break in the conversation, you can bring up your next bullet point. The next tip is to not be scared by a slight pause in conversation. I know that it can be kind of nerve-wracking, even in a person-to-person talking, if there's like an awkward silence, but especially over the phone, it may be lagging, they may be fiddling with something or their mind wanders for a second, and so don't worry if there is an awkward pause. And my last tip, I was about to fall off my chair, to remember their name. So if it's someone who like you're calling for the first time or if it's like customer service or something, they usually say their name like, "Hi, this is Julia, how may I help you?" Try to remember their name so that at the end of the call, you can say, "Thank you so much, Julia," like reference their name. And of course, say bye, say thank you so much for your time, whatever it may be, to finish your call. But remembering their name is super helpful. Like if you can repeat it to them sometime during the call, or if you meet them in person or send them an email, of course, you're gonna want to know their first name at least. What's amazing about 2020? Most companies or people don't expect you to have a full face of makeup or your hair done or your hair to look a certain way to be deemed professional. I love how it's accepting of women now to show up to meetings with their natural hair, with no makeup. You don't have to look picture perfect, and that's just great. So we can skip over hair and makeup. However, clothing can still be criticized, and I think it is important to dress up rather than dress down when in a professional setting. So we are going to go over some cute and trendy, but still business casual or more professional wear. I also have some other videos on dressing for internships and where you can buy more professional clothes, so I will link those in the cards and in the description box, but here are a few favorites. So don't feel like you have to go out and buy a whole pantsuit to dress professional. Let's say you have a cute little sundress like this, which is more casual, kind of shorter, it's sleeveless, so not that professional. What you can do is add a tailored jacket or blazer on top. I love getting blazers actually from thrift stores. You can find some oversized ones. This one is a little bit more fitted and it's cropped, so it works well with the dress. And then having a more structured purse or bag, like a work bag, instead of an over-the-shoulder kind of trendy bag, can also help make a look more professional. And now let's talk shoes. So instead of your summer strappy sandals, go for a shorter heel that has less straps just to look more professional. Simple jewelry is also the way to go. If you want to invest in some higher quality, simple pieces, that can be a great investment. Going back to shoes, you can get anything from more boring slides to something a little bit more fun, like these Zara heels. Even though these Zara heels are like a fun blue color, as you can see, they have a shorter heel, so they still look professional, and it really just depends on the atmosphere you're going in, whether you want a more simple professional shoe or something fun and still looks nice. I say if you're gonna wear pants, make sure they're not like tight black jeans, make sure they don't have rips. You can just pair that with a simple blouse like the one I have on, and as you can see, color is totally fine. And then my next must have is a nice coat. Nothing ruins a fancy or professional outfit than a puffer ski coat. So if it's winter, invest in a nice long warm coat and you will not regret it. If you want to know where I shop and some more tips, check out the videos below. All right, let's talk about drafting a professional email. In case you don't know the difference between CC and BCC, because I didn't really know, CC stands for carbon copy, BCC stands for blind carbon copy. So if you CC someone, everyone who the email is sent to can see who it was sent to. If you BCC, you can include someone in an email, but their address is not visible to other recipients. Then we have our subject. Keep it short and concise. We love that. Then we're going to start like you would a letter. I think people who start their emails off with just the first sentence, and this isn't a text, it's an email. So especially for the first email in a thread, starting out with hello, Cara. Or if it's more professional, dear Cara, I normally do hello, hey, whatever one of those are. And then you can do comma for more professional, or you can do an exclamation point. Go in 1 or 2 lines, start your email. Important about your emails is you want to make them short. Do not send me a long email. Even if it's something like an application, don't write your cover letter in the email. Simply attach everything. So what I've noticed with companies, with professionals, email, it's simple, and then if you have more information you need to give, try giving it in a Google Doc or in a PDF and attach it to the email so that when they want to reference it, they can, and they know what you're talking about, because they'll skim over a paragraph, a few sentences in an email, but they're not going to read your full email if it is long. I will guarantee that. So basically, rule of thumb, summary in email text, and then attach Google Docs or PDF of more information. Perfect. Then we're gonna sign off. So you guys may have noticed my cute little signature here at the bottom. This is an image that has my headshot, my name, college YouTuber and entrepreneur. And so this comes from from my business email account. And so this is on the bottom of every email I create. And so how you do this, I'll show you in just a second, but it's really nice to have that. Or if you don't want to put in the time of doing that, of course, just say, have a great day, look forward to hearing from you, and then your name. Also, you can, I don't know if you guys knew this, but my default for my emails for my business account are on this serif, just because I feel like this is a more professional font. This is something you definitely don't have to do, but if you want a certain font for your emails, a certain size, you can adjust it here, or you can set up the default in your Gmail settings. So let's go to settings real quick. All right, so we're gonna go to our email settings next. Right here, down in signature is where you can upload your PDF. I just upload this as my image, and how I made that was on Canva.com, my favorite place for all my graphic design needs. Even though I have Photoshop, I still use Canva. All right, so here's my email signature. I basically created it as a
just an image, and I did their little like circle frame. I added all of this as separate texts and images, so I created my own. You can use the same template, you can use the circle, like I don't care, I'm not gonna be seeing your emails, but I think this adds a nice professional touch to your email signature. All right, and then of course responding to emails in a timely manner and still without any spelling checks, full sentences, all of that is very important, especially when communicating with upper level professionals. Real quick, if you're having a face-to-face conversation with someone and you want to seem professional, make sure you are listening. If it's like a mentor-mentee session or where it's appropriate to take notes, that's even better, but make sure you make eye contact while you're speaking and while you're listening. Obviously, you don't have to keep eye contact. That's why notes are helpful. Or if you're taking a sip of your coffee or a quick glance out the window, like all of that is fine. But I think one of the biggest hindrances for our generation is our inability sometimes to make eye contact. So super great if you can do that. Older people love it and they will take notes. Also, if we're still doing handshakes after COVID, making sure you have a strong and firm but not overbearing handshake. Usually if you're a woman, a little stronger than you think, you probably won't hurt the other person, just saying. When introducing yourself, also make sure to look them in the eye, shake their hands, try to remember their name, give your full name. It even helps if you can give them something to remember it by. So like, oh, I'm Hannah Ashton and I live in Nashville, I'm from Tennessee, I go to college, I'm studying entrepreneurship, I'm an entrepreneur myself. Little things that they can catch on to that maybe they relate to, and that starts up a different conversation. Like maybe you're from the same hometown or you know someone from there or you're also studying that major. Little things they can start up a new conversation with or that they can just remember you by. It's like a verbal business card basically when you're introducing someone and you're getting to know someone. Also making sure to nod. I notice this even in my classes. If you want to come off like you're listening to your professors or just in conversations professionally, it helps to like tilt your head or nod and just acknowledge the other person, add into the conversation, just show them that you're listening. Active listening is something that is actually very hard to do, but if you can master that, networking and meeting people is going to be a breeze. So that was it for this video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know down below if you want more videos like this. Share it with a friend. Just send them a text to the link if they're like freaking out because they have something big coming up and they want to make sure they're prepared for, you know, an interview, internship, all of that fun stuff. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Peace out.